again this evening. We're gonna do a little cooking outside this evening. Gonna do some kind of Cajun fried rice. Like it's gonna be shrimp and crawfish fried rice. A lot of times we'll add sausage in it, but we're opting out on the sausage this evening. So thought we'd do another live. We did one today, or I did one um, on the boat over here,
Yeah.
pulling the crunchy crackers back on. First one on. Appreciate it, crunchy cracker. We pulled the gas tank out, went and got some parts. I had to run to town, so I shut that live down. But back this evening,
Dylan was in with you on
I
that
think Danielle felt like left out
one.
because
No, I didn't.
it was me and Dylan on that live. We got Andre
I was
in the
watching.
house, got Mike Cranford, howdy from East Texas, Dale back on from West Virginia. Here y'all got some squirrels and raccoons up there in West Virginia. A lot of dog hunters up there. I've been talking to some up there over the last year or two. Kind of looked at a few dogs over there before we got Subi. Bite it, Mr. Bill. But we're going to do some fried rice, y'all. Hello from the Gulf of America. Sean White must be offshore. Been out there a few times. North Carolina here, Robert. Appreciate y'all jumping on. Probably a little bit better timing to do this in the afternoon. Andre says he was on here earlier as well. Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of had my head tucked down that boat, Andre. I may have missed you. I may have said something back. I'm not sure.
Some of us were
I was I
incognito.
was trying to read the comments and get that rascal out. Y'all seen the fuel? That was horrible. Don't use ethanol gas in your boats, guys. But anyways, y'all check this out. We got the Blackstone set up. We got our spread out here. Gonna do a little fried rice this evening and show y'all some of our cooking. We've done this in some videos and stuff. Marvin from Jonesville, was you on here the other day? He was. I
I
know
think so.
somebody from Jonesville was on here the other day. Was that you, Marvin? Not sure if it was or not. I'm bad with names. I can't remember names past yesterday. How how far did you get on cleaning the tank out? Okay, that was Marvin. We got Johnny on there. Good evening from First State of Delaware. Howdy from Lebanon, Missouri. Old man catfishing. The gas tank, so far, I cannot see anything stuck to the bottom of that fuel tank. I let all that stuff settle in that tank or that barrel of gas that I had. Kind of sloshed it around a few times. Kept pouring the clean gas back in, sloshing it around. And I think I about got that gas tank clean. I'm going to try it a few more times tonight, probably when we get off of here. And I really don't think I'm going to have to put anything to break anything down in that tank because it's not really anything stuck to the sides of the tank or the bottom. So I'm going to clean it real good. I got a new pickup to a fuel sending unit. Got a new fuel sending unit I'm going to install in it. And got new fuel water separators. I'm probably going to go back to the, we've been using the Academy brand. Probably going to go back to the Yamaha. I still got my canister out in the shop somewhere. I had to dig that out. Going to install that. Got all new fuel lines. Going to replace all the fuel lines. What are you watching?
A bird.
Like squirrel moments over here.
It was right above our head.
Have you ever used Seafoam fuel injector? I have used Seafoam. Some of them are saying don't use a lot of it; it'll run lean. Richard's back on from Alabama. But I really, we might run some fuel. The injectors are clean now. I've got the injectors clean. Use a 140 Binks. Well, I've got the tank out of the boat, Ivan. Like it's literally sitting out here, so I can. It's not that heavy. I sloshed it around, flipped it upside down, shook everything out of it like 4 or 5 times, and I think it's pretty clean. There wasn't any water in it. It was just the ethanol. This black crud got it all out of there. I think we're gonna be good. I don't know. Here in a little bit, might show y'all after we cook some supper and eat or whatever. That's what our marine professionals told us to use it. Helps a lot. Seafoam. Yeah, I mean we put a little bit. I don't think it'll hurt to put like half a bottle in a 20-gallon tank either. Probably a whole bottle. But I have run seafoam. I think I put seafoam in this one before too. But no matter what I put, there was so much crud in this cooked fish and grits yesterday. It was delicious. You cooked, was that our fish and grits that we had, Richard?
With the sauce.
like our recipe. Said thank you, Dylan, for the extra help. Yeah, it's hard to get Dylan to help do anything these days.
He was the best part of it.
Yeah, Richard, that
Oh, that's so good.
it's hard to explain to y'all how good some of his food is we cook. Thick as I am, y'all can probably tell, but uh, yeah, if you tried that fish and grits we do, yeah, that'll be probably one of our shrimping videos. But probably gonna do the barbecue shrimp in this first one. Oh, Richard, it was. I'm telling y'all, that's one of the best. That grits recipe or fish and grits, cream sauce, whatever you want to call it, you could put it on mashed potatoes. It'd be good. That's some of the best you can do. But look here, we got 46 people on here. Gonna do some cooking on the Blackstone tonight. Gonna do some. I guess you could. I don't really want to call it Cajun fried rice. We normally do Cajun fried. It is a Cajun fried rice. It's gonna have the jalapenos and everything in it. It's normally what we do. The only thing we're leaving out of our Cajun fried rice is the sausage. We normally put some sausage in there. Just sometimes we like to change it up. Don't really have a taste for it tonight. Danielle said the same thing. We actually had some sausage thawed out, but we had some shrimp that was left over from last year. We need to cook, get out of our freezer because we got new shrimp put in there now. So we're gonna cook up this shrimp or some of it. We're gonna add a pound of crawfish in. And Sean Sullivan, appreciate you from Florida. And Sean, you know I cannot say that word, Polatka, something like that. I cannot pronounce that. But we'll see how the cooking goes. Have we done cooking live? I don't know. Maybe y'all can answer that. I don't know. Live? I'm trying to get this thing set up. I don't know. We ain't cooked nothing like this live. There's no way we cooked I don't think we cooked on the Blackstone live.
No.
So we're gonna see how this live goes. I'd like to see a few more people get on tonight. So if y'all have something y'all gotta do, y'all take off and do it. But try to check back in with us and hang with us on this cooking. I want to show y'all some amazing food. We're gonna get her cooked up, and I don't know. I want to see some numbers come up on these lives. We went over 100 people on this live today taking the gas tank out of the boat. So I would think food, we should hit 150, close to 200 people. That's what I'd like to see. I don't know if we will or not. Everybody's out eating right now. They're missing out. They're going to miss out on getting to see some fried rice cooked. If you ain't never cooked this, get you a cast iron skillet, a big one, a big cast iron pot, or a Blackstone, and you can cook this same recipe. Danielle's over here. She's narrating for me. I'm going to get this phone stood up. And, yeah. Let y'all see what I got going on over here. See if I can get it set up pretty good. We'll get some close-ups as soon as we get everything going in there good. I don't want to stand in front of the phone the whole time, but I figure that's probably what's going to happen. You don't tell me if I do, Danielle. Hopefully you gotta move. You gotta get out of the way. Come on, get out of the way. Michael's in the house. Said he's here and hungry.
Mr. Bill said all I have to do is consume an adult beverage and watch you cook.
Alright. My for whatever reason on this Blackstone, my lighter don't work like it should. That one does. This one over here sometimes don't work like I want it to. There it is. Alright, we got it now. We'll start out on some low heat. Y'all can check that out. Well, I can't really get in there. I've got everything covered up because we got a few flies out here. They're not real bad. But y'all can see. Maybe in there we got some flames, just on low heat in there. I don't know. Y'all get on to me if I'm moving the phone around too much. Maybe I can put it over here on this side.
Might need to watch this recipe and try it too.
Oh, no doubt. I'm telling y'all, this right here is off the chain. And y'all see our shrimp net over here, getting ready to do the repair work on this shrimp net. Got a ginormous hole in it. that I gotta fix.
all over.
So yeah, I'm trying to get it set up to where they can see what I got going on here. So we got a little heat going on. I'm gonna show y'all. Got these like squirt bottles. They work great. Um, this one is olive oil. I can't talk about what this one is,
It's adult beverage.
but it's yeah. Y'all get the picture. No, we're not drinkers, but we do cook with some of the good stuff. So
I made vanilla with it.
yeah, we'll get this.
Mr.
Get
Bill
this.
said I would really like to get a Blackstone grill. That
Um,
size is perfect.
Yeah,
I think.
Mr. Bill, if you do get one, I highly recommend don't get like too big a one. I see some people run out and get those giant ones, and this one right here, you can cook for like 10 people on this Blackstone. This is a 24 inch, right, Danielle?
I think.
I think the 36 is the bigger one. This one's a 24. The 18 for 4, 5, 6 people, or whatever the smaller one than this is, probably would be perfect. Um, but yeah, let's see what I got over here. I got some vegetables. We'll get these cooking. Now, what this
Bill
is,
said these videos and lives are the best around. I call the other bottle taste enhancers.
taste enhancers. Yeah, there's a little bit of taste enhancer gonna go in this recipe. Bell pepper, onion. What's that, Danielle's? One onion,
1 onion,
two small
two,
or
yeah,
medium bell peppers, and
Four- fours.
four sticks of celery. Just 4 sticks of celery. So our holy trinity, basically, right there. Now we got some
That's what it is.
just old Mount Olive diced jalapenos. Is that backwards or is that right? Are you reading that right or is that backwards? That's backwards, ain't it?
It hasn't shown up. Yes.
Is that backwards, guys?
Yes.
Let me get this turned around. Y'all bear with me just a minute. I'll turn it around though. Look here. I'm gonna get it right in a minute, y'all. Try to make this better than y'all, where y'all can actually read what I'm putting in here. Alright, and now I can kind of look at the phone and read the comments myself too. So, maybe we won't fog up or whatever.
Andre said, yeah, it's backwards.
Alright, I got you, Andre. I'm going to hook y'all up right here. That way y'all can read everything I put in there. We're going to get it right here in a minute.
Mr. Dale said, I've been preaching the gospel of the Lord Jesus for 25 years and used some of the same.
Who said that?
Dale.
Dale? And use some of the same?
Yep.
Talking about
Nothing wrong with taste enhancers.
the taste
That's what it
enhancers?
said.
No, this cooks out. This
That's what it said.
yeah, this is definitely, like, I do cook with some stuff like that sometimes. Not all the time, but this is one of those meals that if you go to a sure enough like hibachi Chinese restaurant or something,
Don't let them spray that.
you're gonna get that in your meal. Mount Olive, there you go. Oh, we got it right now. Look at here. The hard stuff cooks away. You're right, the hard stuff does cook away. For some reason, being on probation, we don't want to say the wrong thing on a live
Hello
or
from Kentucky.
anything. So we're gonna put about 2 tablespoons of jalapeno, just diced jalapenos in there. Also, and saute those up. That's gonna give a little kick, of course. And that's gonna be it on that. So you are gonna need a lot of olive oil, y'all. This is take a lot of olive oil. And this is low heat, and y'all can tell we're already like searing pretty good.
All the alcohol cooks out and the flavor stays strong.
100% on the alcohol and the flavor. I try to always spread this stuff out where it cooks good. You can smell those jalapenos. You can smell all of it. And if you put that handle right there on the side of this griddle, it's gonna burn. So I always try to like just kind of get it over on the corner somewhere where it's not really touching. Hopefully you're all in my way, girl. You put a Coke in there?
Why you had it sitting right there?
I was drinking water though.
No, you weren't.
I was too. I absolutely was.
I have been drinking water.
I'll drink a Coke. I just don't need them.
Cokes and Dr. Peppers.
I have drank a few lately, but I gotta get in shape for Colorado. Up to 54 people. Y'all let your neighbors know we're on. Let's see if we can get up to 150 on this live. I'm gonna keep it realistic. I think we can. Especially we start adding some of this colorful stuff. Y'all check it out. That's our vegetables. That's going in. We got some eggs going in. We got some
Bradley, what are we making again tonight?
shrimp and crawfish fried rice. Y'all check it out. You can call it Cajun fried rice. The only difference, we just ain't going with sausage tonight. Look,
Daniel
see there?
Tucker's in the house.
Showed the shrimp and crawfish and
Taylor's in the
automatically
house.
6 more people jumped on there. We're going for 150 tonight, y'all. If we hit 200, Danielle dress some more fish. She's laughing now.
Steven's in the house. He's the one that said, he's the one that asked where we make it.
I don't know. Can y'all hear her back there? Thank you, Crunchy Cracker. We seen that you was on Bayou Bell earlier. Hopefully one of these days, Danielle, we get some time, start putting up some videos on her channel too. Try to figure out how to do that. She's actually eligible now. We could go live on her channel. That might help if we start doing some of our lives. If we do a live on her channel, we'll announce it on this channel. So, and I'm pretty sure we'll be able to drop a link to her channel.
That kind of cooking right there will make you slap your brains out.
Oh, it's fishing. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. I'm telling y'all, this right here
People been cooking
is
with
legit.
wine forever, and they ain't never had a problem long before you do.
No, and it's not a matter of us not saying what we're cooking with. It's a matter, Mr. Bill, of us being on probation with YouTube. There's certain things you can't say and do on live because there could be kids watching or whatever, and we don't want to get caught up in that we're promoting something that we're not supposed to promote. Some of that stuff you can't promote, and on YouTube it's part of our policies, that contracts that we sign and agree with. We're bound by contracts.
Is that the shrimp y'all brought back from South Louisiana?
No, this is shrimp that we caught. The crawfish we bought. You can get pretty fresh crawfish here, local, but the shrimp is shrimp we bought. They're just some small ones that we had. That's kind of stuff that we do with the small ones.
I wish I was your neighbor. I would be over for supper.
I hope the neighbors don't smell it and come running.
Oh, thanks.
But they might see us live and come over. You never know about them. Nah, we ain't got no neighbors. We don't,
Now,
y'all can see right here. Y'all check it out. We don't got neighbors. We got right back here. That's the duck hunting spot. My finger's messing it up. That's the duck hunting spot back there. That's cypress trees. That's a cypress break. And this is our place here. We got 40 acres. I think 27 of it is replanted in pine timber. Y'all can see there's the bow target back there. I got to do some of that to get ready for Colorado. We're going archery hunting this year. You
I just gotta shoot my bow to be ready.
got Subi and Peanut are right down here.
I think the rabbit's down there next.
They won't out, but yeah. Subi, she'll run off. She won't stay. She's going in the woods to find something if she gets out.
I think, talking about me, Danielle, should have been there to do the work on your boat while you rested. Come on.
Danielle would not have done the work on the boat. She would have harassed me the whole time I was trying to get that out and told me how I was doing everything wrong. That's what Danielle would have done.
That is such a liar.
Now, she would have helped me get the gas tank out of the boat. She would definitely have helped me do that. I give her credit where credit's due. But she'd have told me about 10 times I was doing something the wrong way.
No, because I had to know what in the world was going on. That's gotta be funny, though.
Maybe that's not too loud, y'all. So, you want to keep this to where it's... That's why I like this olive oil. This just extra virgin olive oil. I like to keep that olive oil where it's pretty close by because this grill will go to drying out. You want to keep this real oiled up.
Let's see, Mr. Bill said, I ain't never missed a notification from Bayou Bell for a live. Sometimes I get to be one of the very few who watch. Yep, he's always in there. It's down to that here in West Virginia. Sometimes when you do a live, they can cook up a venison.
Okay. Yeah, we can cook anything live. That's why I say we may end up going over on her channel to try to do some lives just to build her channel up a little bit. How many subs you got now, Danielle?
At our house. My deer stand is right behind.
Oh yeah, we've done. There's been a lot of deer put in the freezer right here on our 40 over the years. Years ago, it was the only place we hunted.
Yep.
What Danielle? How many subscribers you got right now? Yep. 65 now, guys. Y'all tell your neighbors, tell your wives, tell them jump on here. It's cooking. We can, the women can watch tonight. It's cooking. We're not fishing and dressing fish and stuff, so they can watch.
Today I'll put it up for me. Cook a raccoon live.
Who said that?
Crunchy cracker.
We did cook one. We got videos.
Live at the hunt club from
Crunchy cracker, I'm gonna leave that for you and Brandon to do. I know he would too. Yeah, you got somebody there that'll cook one.
Pick it up for me. I just saw that girl pulling her nets in the pouring rain. I have no doubt that she could have done that work on that boat.
Oh, she would. She would. I just give her a hard time because she gives me a hard time.
That's why we made it this long.
She, when I worked offshore, a lot of times she'd do some things that actually surprise you working on vehicles and everything else. So, yeah, she does pretty good. I'm not going to rush this now. I'm not cooking this on high. You cook it on high and it'll just get too hot and burn. And we just want to caramelize all these vegetables real good. That's the first step. And
Mr. Dale, I would sure watch them. I have been subscribed to Daniel's channel, but have not been getting notifications. I'm going to put a link in her channel, to her channel. There is...
Who said that? Dale?
Dave.
Dave? If you're not getting... Yeah, her link is in our link tree. All of our information's on our link tree, y'all. Check it out. If for some reason you're not getting notifications, double check where you subscribe at and make sure that you have the bell selected. The bell looks a little funny. It looks like it's selected. For a lot of people, they think they selected it, but they hadn't selected it. So y'all double check, make sure your bell is selected on the channels that you want notifications for.
Brandon would also cook a possum.
Brandon would cook a possum and eat it on the live. Yes, you're right. You know him as well as I do. He said they're good. I don't know. I hadn't tried one.
Steven said, I remember Daniel's face eating raccoon.
Yeah, she was trying to, I think it's more the idea of it.
The one that we did in the oven, like the barbecue or whatever it was, that was not that bad. The fried
wasn't great. I'm going to be honest with y'all. It was okay if I was real hungry. But the barbecue coon, like Danielle said, that's off the chain. I didn't care for it as good fried. I've had a lot of people tell me it was good fried, and I wasn't up on the fried. 62, y'all. We're just hovering there. I need to pull another gas tank out of the boat to get the viewers on here.
I wouldn't even touch the possum. I just don't look.
I don't know. Maybe people like watching us work on stuff more. That's part of what we're doing with the lives, experimenting with it to see like what gets people's attention and what don't. I'm sure a lot of people out eating and stuff are eating supper themselves right now. Or they may be watching the baseball playoffs. Is that back on tonight?
I know softball is on earlier.
That's what they're doing. They're watching softball. So when we do our lives up in the middle of the day, we get just as many viewers on as when we do them at night. So I figure everybody's watching from work too. That may be what's going on. But yeah, we got new boat parts. We got stuff to cook the coon, baked it in the oven, basted it down with some bacon grease. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. We actually put we didn't put bacon grease in it, but we put like some bacon ends and pieces or something in the one we cooked, if I remember right. Maybe it was just bacon. We put something in it. There was some pork fat in there, but it's got plenty of fat. We just trimmed the fat off of the raccoon and then put put our bacon pieces and stuff in our vegetables and all. It was damn up. That ain't, to me, I mean, ain't no needing not telling the truth. It ain't as good as deer meat or something like that to me. Or like this fried rice. This is gonna be off the chain right here, I'm telling y'all. Y'all check this out. We're fixing to cook a little morning vegetables. Hopefully we get some people show up and get excited. Y'all check it out. We got the shrimp and crawfish right there going in. Even got a little juice going in there too. One more,
I put some
two more.
okay, you read that one. I would
Catfish and grits. Catfish and grits would be good. Yes, sir. Hey, you got that rice ready to go?
yep, you ready for it?
We'll be in a few minutes if you want to bring it out. Blackened catfish, do we like it? Mike asked. Mike Cranford. Absolutely, we like it. Oh, do we like it better on the Blackstone or the preferred on the cast iron? It don't matter. You can do it on either. For me, a cast iron skillet's just easier to clean up, you know, than a Blackstone. Normally we use our Blackstone if we're doing quesadillas. Danielle actually did some shrimp and elk steak quesadillas last night on the Blackstone, so we already had it out and ready. That's why we decided to roll again tonight and do a live. Up to 71, y'all. Y'all tell your neighbors got something good going on down here in Louisiana. They jump on the live, see if we can get them up to over 100, maybe 150 tonight. I think we can, cooking. Surely. Surely we can. See if food does better than dressing fish or pulling gas tanks out of boats. Y'all check it out. I knew them shrimp and crawfish would get everybody excited. Everybody's starting to get on now. We got some more olive oil going in there just to help keep this stuff from sticking. We'll end up, that's why I like these little squirt bottles. I think Daniel got this in a kit that was for the Blackstone.
I got it from Tractor Supply.
Oh, was it? Okay, a kit from Tractor Supply.
Yeah.
But I like this because I can add oil as I need it cooking this stuff. And it'll end up with a good bit of olive oil in it. I can't tell y'all how much, you know, just enough to keep things from sticking. Keep everything kind of coated with the oil. Same thing they do at a hibachi. If you watch those guys, they'll just keep squirting that flavor enhancing stuff that I'm scared to say anything about. We just got to be real careful while we're on probation, because if we make another uh-oh on probation, we would get a strike against us. And I don't want to strike against us because it really hurts our channel. So that's what we're trying to avoid, y'all. Normally not this spooky on stuff, but just don't want no issues. So
This squirt bottle, how do you get it? Dollars.
81, we're getting there, y'all. Somebody told their neighbors. Somebody told their neighbors. I'll give y'all a different view. See, it's starting to get a little dark outside. Probably gonna get dark on us, but that's okay. That's the old backyard, old garden spot, my old boat shed out there. Got all my stuff. All my YouTubing stuff out here, fish cleaning shed. Got our kayaks right there. They're fixing to get used. We was working towards getting some new kayaks, maybe hoping a kayak company would jump on board with the channel, but we ain't made that happen yet. So if anybody from a kayak company sees this and wants to give us a shout out, holler at us. If not, guess what? We still gonna go do some kayak brim fishing, camping, stuff like that
Almost drowned in my kayak.
in those kayaks. But anyways, yeah.
Let's see, where'd you leave off
On what?
on the comment?
I don't know. I lose track
Do
of
you
everything.
gator hunt?
Do we gator hunt? I haven't ever gator hunted, but we've been thinking about putting in for it. So I don't know if we would draw this year because you got to have preference points and stuff. But we may put in for it. We got like another week or two to put in, I think, before the deadline in Louisiana happens. So that's something we're looking at. Me and Danielle have to decide. Our problem with gator hunting is the season was like right during the time that we're getting ready for deer season in Arkansas, elk season, all of that's coming down the chute right during the middle of gator season. And I've never been on shift work where I had more off days during gator season. So I'm on shift work now. I'd have a little bit of time to go set up some lines and stuff. Most of the gators caught in North Louisiana are not really near us. There's a few caught here, but this is pretty tough gator hunting right here where we're at, unless you own some private land or a hunting club or something, and we don't where the alligators are. So the gator hunting, I would have to drive like probably an hour and a half to 2 hours to really get to some good gator places. So that's why it just wasn't really to us worth the hassle. I don't know, is that something y'all want to see? Y'all let me know in the
Y'all
comments.
should gator hunt with Troy. Landry.
Do what?
Y'all should gator hunt with Troy Landry.
Well, we should, yeah.
Troy
There's
from
a lot of stuff we
Georgia
should
Boys
do, but
Outdoors.
you know, those guys are not going to invite us. We're not that big yet. We may get an invite to go somewhere on a gator hunt, but it probably won't be from them.
Oh, Craig from Georgia Boy Outdoors, it's his birthday.
Any of those
Craig
invites.
is trying to start something. If you get over 150, Miss Danielle to skin a coon. What?
He's coming up with ideas there.
I don't know about all that. I mean, I can.
You're going to get her stirred up, boy.
I can. But
We'd probably had to get to like 300 on our lives before she'd do something like that. I don't know. We're not seeing those kind of numbers. We see anywhere from 70 to, went up to 80 something once during this live.
Randall said that looks delicious.
We're not even close to done, Randall. Y'all hang tight. But we see.
I have to drive 20 plus hours to hunt a gator.
I think we've seen 190 something in one of the lives. I don't remember which one, but I know we've seen 180 something a couple of times in the lives. Sure, some of that has to do with what day of the week, stuff like that, and we just have to do it when we can. It's just random days.
Wanda in the house.
A lot of people come back later, watch the lives.
I'm like going up and trying to hey y'all, just wondering what city are y'all from in Louisiana. We're near Monroe.
Yeah, we're near Monroe. We're within earshot of Monroe, up north Louisiana.
Coon on an open fire on a pit with proper seasoning, cooked low. Its low is amazing. It would be nice if this meal was at the marriage supper of the Lamb.
It might be. You never know. You never know.
Huh?
Whatever you put in it.
Whatever.
All right, guys, we're about to add something else.
Taylor.
trying-
This deep clean fish. You go, girl. Thank you.
Trying
Taylor.
to let these vegetables. I don't like raw vegetables. I like my vegetables kind of well cooked. So just trying to let those cook down a little bit. The shrimp and crawfish is done at this point. So no rush on that at all. But we're fixing to go in with our vegetables. We'll add our vegetables. Y'all check that out. This is just canned mixed vegetables. So we'll go in with that. Canned mixed vegetables. That's all it is. And then next is going to be our eggs and seasoned up and some rice. Our rice will go next. I'm sorry, rice next. That's the order I like to do it in. We put our eggs straight in the rice.
Because we're ready to eat.
This don't take long. I could have put it on high, probably cooked it a little faster, but I don't like to rush it. It'll just burn and all that stuff. And the other thing is you wait till the last minute to put your soy in. It'll have some soy in there, but you don't want your soy burnt, and it will
Bradley
burn.
must be seriously hungry.
Well,
We make a big batch and then we
yeah.
take it to work or,
I'll take some to work tomorrow.
yeah.
We'll eat on it a day or two, you know. If you're going to break out this Blackstone, you may as well get serious with it. So that's kind of what it's about. But this will feed 10 or 12 people, no problem. I mean, we've cooked it and fed that many before. Yep. Y'all check it out.
This has been a wonderful day. I got to watch 2 lives from y'all. Everyone, make sure to like, share, and sub. Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah. Got 52 likes, got 68 people. We've had over 60 people for some time, so I know y'all gonna come back and hit the like button if y'all watching. I always hit the like button on videos I'm watching, like while I'm watching it. You should be able to do that. I'm not sure on the lives like how that works, but should be able to hit the like button. Pretty easy. If not, you can pause it and hit the like button.
You guys need to make a window sticker for cars of your channel. I have a t-shirt, but a sticker for a boat or a truck. Merch idea. A decal.
Who's that on there?
Steven, like a decal.
Steven?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we will. If several people say they're interested in something like that, we'll look at getting some of those put on the online store. I'm just
have made a couple, but
yeah, we
he's so
put some on our vehicles, but that's something we would have to get like added to our store. If y'all just now joining,
who helped you eat all that good food? It looks good. I can almost smell it.
Danielle's gonna eat it all.
Dylan's waiting. He's
Yeah.
in there watching the LSU game.
He's a pretty
like,
big
"Oh."
eater. If you're just now joining, Cajun fried rice. Got shrimp, crawfish is already in, vegetables. Holy Trinity. Holy Trinity is bell pepper, onion, and celery. Over 70 people, y'all.
Same with the cast iron skillets. If you're going to get it out and cook, you might as well cook it up and put a couple of meals in the freezer.
I agree 100% on that, y'all. So what we might do is we're going to give it a little
That's
heat.
a great idea. Decals would be.
I'm going to turn up a little bit of heat right there. That's something that, like, stuff like that, if we get enough interest in something like that, it's worth doing. The online store, we didn't have enough people buying hats and stuff to start off with, so we took it back offline. The
A lot of rice
people running it, like, you got to kind of keep them busy, or they're, it's not worth them spending their time doing that. So it's the same way for us. Like, you got to have
Joe in our life.
you got to have a little bit of demand on some of that stuff. You have to
Nothing cooks as good as cast iron.
to justify putting stuff in the store and keeping the store going. If y'all hadn't checked out the merch store, you can check it out in our link in our bio. And if you ever got any question about where to find some of that stuff, or you're having trouble, just comment on any of the videos, because me and Danielle, answer all the videos, questions. We respond, and we don't hit like the automatic responses either.
AI responses.
We're typing in every response on this channel, y'all.
Even whenever we say thanks.
Yeah, even if it's just a thanks, we're typing that in. We do not hit the AI responses. So y'all can
She said, I'm sorry, I'm late.
y'all can feel rest assured that, like I said, if we're
You
commenting,
guys rock. Love watching your content. Keep it up. Food looks awesome.
if we don't comment, we totally missed the comment, y'all. We didn't see it. If we see it, we're answering it. So
Where's your channel label or watermark? I believe they call it on.
do what?
Kevin asked, where's your channel label or watermark? I believe they call it on the screen.
Call it on the screen.
That's what he said.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Kevin.
We are cooking fried rice.
Oh, are you saying that some of the lives put their watermark on their screen? Is that what you're saying, Kevin? Because honestly, I don't know how to do that if that's what you're asking. And that may be something we need to look into to keep people from stealing our content. We've already had people try to hack. Well, we had people steal our content on Facebook and create a whole nother Facebook. And that's just losers that don't got no life, that can't do their own stuff.
I would love to have your favorite pics of your homemade white turkey cake. I
Y'all,
love watching your videos and shorts.
Who was that?
I'm thankful for you guys.
Who said that about the crappie jigs?
Mr. Bill.
Mr.
Okay.
Bill, we're actually considering, like,
Yes, to protect your videos. That's what he's talking about.
yeah, we probably need to look at doing that. That's something, Danielle, make a mental note of that. We'll look at doing that.
Mental note established on the 500 tab.
She said mental note established. We're probably going to look, Mr. Bill, at doing some lives tying jigs, and if we start doing that, I may actually we would go live doing it. It would be tying them live, and we may actually put those jigs on the online store. Just something we've been thinking about doing. A lot going on right now. This is the hardest time of the year for us because I'm gonna be honest,
Greg in the house.
all year's hard for us trying to do this content, but we shoot a lot of content this time of the year because this is our peak season. All of our content peaks this time of the year, so we really work hard on that and really don't have time to do a lot of
Real quick, tell them what you're cooking again.
all right, new people on,
Yeah,
up over
new
80
people.
a couple times. We got this is just a holy trinity right now. We got onion, bell pepper, and celery. We got mixed canned vegetables in here, and we got shrimp and crawfish. We're cooking a Cajun fried rice. So the vegetables, all that stuff's kind of pre-cooked already. We turned the heat up, so we're seeing some of this stuff starting to stick a little bit. We fixing to put the rice to it. I'm actually gonna go back down on the heat just a minute. Olive oil right here, y'all, in this. Put a little olive oil in there. We're gonna go in with our rice right now. What was this, Daniel? It's 4 cups.
Yes, that's 4 cups.
Four cups. We made 4 cups, y'all. I'm not 100% sure we're gonna put every bit of it, but that's 4 cups made. So,
And Oakley didn't the rest of it.
I mean,
Oakley,
I don't know
get
how
over
many
here.
cups that would be that it made into, but 4 cups got put in here.
Get over here.
Why don't you put her in the kennel and be done with that? She's gonna knock my phone over. She got in trouble. Any kind of food hits the ground, she's gonna try to grab it. I'm gonna stir this in before I put that
Let's
last
see.
little
Real
bit
quick,
in there real
I'll
quick.
kind of hit a question.
You just want to break that rice up.
Yeah, we need to look into that watermark on your videos that you post.
Yeah, we can do that.
Start doing that.
See other
That's a good
channels.
idea.
I've seen channels do that. I didn't know anybody was doing it on lives though.
I don't know about lives, but he's talking about like your videos and stuff. That's a good idea.
And I told y'all this is gonna take a lot of olive oil, y'all. Some like really fixing to soak this down to keep this rice from sticking. All right. Here's our flavor enhancer, y'all. Adult flavor enhancer.
Mr.
Going in
Dale said, I love watching
right
your
there.
videos and shorts. I'm thankful for you guys. Steven, I would definitely purchase one. I understand your point of sales. I'm very proud to display your emblem of all things in life I love. Crunchy crackers, people green screen y'all's videos. I have not seen that.
Crunchy cracker. If they're green screening shorts, that's perfectly fine. If they're remixing our shorts, we do not care. You can remix our sound bites. That actually helps. You get credit for those views somehow or another. It kind of, and in shorts, you'll see us use sound bites from other channels and stuff. That stuff gets like spread all over YouTube like wildfire. Absolutely nothing wrong with that on the shorts. Now, if they're pulling our long videos, that's a different story. Shorts are kind of fair game. That's just the way shorts work. I'm not sure if you knew that, Crunchy Cracker, but shorts, you can use sound bites from other people's shorts and stuff. We do that. A lot of times we'll get comments. They're thinking we're saying that or talking. You can tell our voices if you watched our channel very long, but a lot of that is not us talking. But yeah, that's just the way shorts work.
Mr. Bill said, I would pay good money for your jigs. I can't do it myself because I have autism and sometimes it's hard for me to sit still.
I got you. Well, I mean, we're not gonna, like, if we do something like that, we're not gonna like jack the price up because it's us. We're gonna, it'd be, you know, fair prices on something like that. If you crappie fish, like we crappie fish, I do have some jigs that I make that probably are different colors or whatever than other jig companies. Some I created myself. There's some colors I work with Slot Limit Baits to develop some of the colors he's got based off of some of my hand ties. And for the last year or two, we've really been fishing his baits hard, kind of R&D, research and development, with Mr. Stacy's baits over at Slot Limit Baits. We don't fish those baits because it's Mr. Stacy. We fish those baits because they simply catch fish. So if he is in our bio, in our link tree, Slot Limits is. Y'all want some really good plastics. Makes some of the best plastics I've fished. They're legit crappie baits. That said, there is times when you have to go to hand ties. I went to them the other day and I pulled out one of mine that I hadn't used in probably a year, and that's what they wanted. I can catch them on my hand ties about any day. I like using Mr. Stacy's bait because we cast a lot and they're really good. That grub is really good for casting. So that's where we're at on that.
Mr. Greg, hello beautiful people, late getting in, was working on my riding lawnmower.
Alright, going back with adult flavor enhancer and a little more olive oil.
Mr. Dale, will you be using any seasoning?
Yes. Going in right now with it. Guess what we got? Uncle Chris's steak seasoning. Y'all can pause it and get a picture of that, whatever you want. Uncle Chris's steak seasoning. Like that on everything now. That, a little bit of that.
Richard, hello, Mr. Bradley and Miss Danielle from Rockford,
Cajun blend.
Alabama.
Cajun blend, a little Creole seasoning.
Misty Powers, hello from Arkansas.
Appreciate it. Was it Misty you said?
Bill, I've watched
Arkansas?
you tie jigs from the beginning
Yeah, check that out.
3 years ago.
I think there's 10 eggs. Who was that?
I've watched you tie jigs from the beginning until 3 years ago.
Who said that?
Mr. Bill.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize
Steven,
you'd been on there that long,
looking
Mr. Bill.
Looks good. I've tied my own hair jigs for years. I think they work better. It can be time consuming.
It is time consuming. But like I said, it may be something we do on some lives a little bit later on in the year when we're looking for content, you know, during hunting season and stuff, when I'm here and can't get out in the woods and stuff. that may be something that we turn
Show
to.
fans asked that we tell their kids hello.
Who?
Ron and Daphne, I believe, they are watching right now. So hello, you guys.
Whose kids?
The show's fans.
I'm not picking up what you're putting down.
The show, their time.
Oh, their title of their channel is that?
Correct.
Okay, my bad. All right, y'all.
It takes him a minute to catch
I'm a
on.
little slow. That gas got me today. That's what it is. That's what I'm gonna blame it on
What's
anyway.
the Cajun two-step?
Huh?
What's the Cajun two-step?
I don't know what they're asking.
Was that a seasoning that you,
Oh no, that was just Tony's. It was just Tony's.
Tony's? Okay, I figured it was going to be Uncle Chris's and Tony's. Yep.
Yeah, it's a lot of what we
Yep.
use. We haven't discussed any. Y'all know we're out there for the whole world to see. There's a lot of different Cajun seasonings out there. Some are probably better than others. We've always used Tony's. We're not sponsored by them. So until somebody reaches out to us and wants us to use their seasoning, we'll just use what we've always used. I'm not going out there looking for people to be a part of our channel, you know. I mean, we do reach out to some people from time to time by email, but we don't. I don't know. I just feel weird asking for stuff.
Have you ever made squirrel tail crappie dish?
Check us out, y'all. Oh my, who said that?
Randall.
Randall? Oh
Yes.
yeah. Yeah, we've actually got a video, Randall. We got the soy sauce going in, y'all. That's the final ingredient right there.
We just discovered Uncle Chris's steak seasoning, and we really like it on everything. Oh, we love it on everything.
Uncle Chris is a jam up.
Yep.
That's a really good. You can get it at Academy or online.
Yep.
That's the soy going in, y'all. That's the final ingredient.
10 eggs. Did you have to finance for them?
$3.99 a piece, y'all. On those eggs. Y'all check that out.
They said, well, I see what you're eating. What's Miss Danielle having?
Yeah, this is all
Dylan
mine
and
right
I are
here.
gonna hopefully get some.
I'm gonna probably eat it straight off the Blackstone, y'all. And it's gonna go to sticking and kind of searing a little bit. That's okay. It is what it is. You just can't keep it all
Them
scraped
gas
off of there,
fumes
y'all.
got you. Yes, it's
Oh,
got
there
you.
ain't no doubt about them gas fumes getting me today. Well, it's tough.
Me and my family are huge fans of Tony's. We like Tony's, but
We're not partial to any of them.
no,
I use
will
any
you
of them.
slap your mama or
We've actually been
I do
talking
want
about.
some cake bread.
We've been talking about
Fox squirrel tail
eventually we may have our own seasonings. Something we've been talking about doing.
Squirrel and rabbit strip digs are my go-to.
I hadn't used rabbit. I have used plenty of fox squirrel tails. It is one of my go-to river jigs. It's a go-to in muddy water all
We
day
got us some
long.
new stuff.
Appreciate y'all and thank y'all for
Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio. I've been up in that area before.
Yeah, yes, I'm a Yankee, but new stuff here. Love watching y'all.
That's fine. We
Thank
welcome everybody. I've been to Ohio before. Used to go up there to some church camps years ago. Family had friends up there. Yeah. Y'all
Thanks
check
for
that
the
out.
sub.
Appreciate the subs. And thank you for letting us know, because I like to see, like, if y'all find us through the live, you know, how many people found us through the live. If y'all found us through the live or any of the
Definitely let us
lives, comment. Let us know how many of y'all found us through the lives, because that's something we don't, I don't know, for some reason that number I'm having a hard time finding on YouTube. But this is like done. I'm just gonna cut the fire off on this.
Yeah.
Probably hit it one more time with a little soy. Fire's off now,
Need to
though.
go get the plate.
Yeah, plates. I'm gonna hit it one more time with a little soy. Stir that in. And that's a wrap, y'all. I wish it was still daylight where y'all could see that real good. You got a light in there? You can't really see the color in it right now. I know y'all can't. But that is fantastic looking smells good. That's a fried rice on a Blackstone all day long. If y'all hadn't ever seen one cooked, you can cook a smaller version of it on an iron skillet or a pot or whatever. I'm dropping some down there for Oakley to get when she comes out. I know she's going to. She'll have a field day. Huh?
I mean, that's the door.
Oh, yeah.
Dylan's in there watching baseball.
I'll fix Danielle a plate.
Oh,
Get your plate and come over here.
Miss Danielle, do you rub beard oil in Bradley's beard?
No.
Who
grab
is
grab a
that?
plate, girl.
That's the first comment I see.
Whose name was that? What was the name on
It
that?
said BM.
BM?
Yeah. That's good.
That's good.
Yeah. I was just gonna catch up on comments. Let's see.
Gotta check it out. I don't even know if y'all can see that real well. I can get it over some light. Maybe y'all can see it a little better.
Michael, I made
Fried rice, y'all.
in the middle of the scrambled eggs. Yeah.
Do
Don't
what?
Get extra plate for me. We enjoy cooking videos.
I'm gonna turn this around, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna have to forgive me for just a minute. I'm gonna get it straight in a minute. Alright, Danielle, watch that cord. My phone was almost dead, y'all,
It
when
was
we
somebody's.
did this. But yeah. Yeah. Probably had to move over that way. Alright.
You gotta say listen.
Yep. She's fixing to go to town.
No.
Carry it around or whatever.
Oh, does that mean I gotta turn my chair around?
Probably.
I even got a TV tray out here.
Yep. I don't know. I ain't gonna be able to see this. No.
That's why we got our phone.
Yeah. Danielle's still gonna have to read the comments.
Yeah.
But y'all can see. Y'all can see how good that is. Looks. Those fried rices are pretty amazing, y'all. Guess y'all can still. I don't know. My phone's.
You ever make deep fried crawfish?
Yes. Fried crawfish is fantastic.
We did it on here. We haven't did it on here.
I don't think so. I don't think so. All right, I got a cable down here. It's in my way, y'all. There. I'll get it right there. We go.
All good until you put the rice in.
What are you talking about? On the fried rice? It's hard to make fried rice without rice. Somebody said this was good until we put the rice in?
Yeah, Randall did.
Come on, Randall. What's up with that?
Bradley, I'm going to make some smash burgers on my 22-inch Blackstone. Ooh, I
That'd be
made
good.
quesadillas last
Saute them onions up, caramelize them first. We're going to turn things real quick. I always do that before you eat, or try to most of the time. Sometimes Danielle snacks.
Watch the baseball game.
Sometimes Danielle snacks before I turn the things.
I always told my
All right.
kids whenever they were growing up, they're going to choke on their food if they don't say the blessing.
Lord, thank you for this food. Ask you to help to nurse our body. Appreciate you letting us get out here and enjoy this evening cooking. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. I'm going to have to try it. She's going to have to try it. See what it's like.
Got me shrimps.
Make sure I didn't miss anything. It's pretty good, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. That's pretty good right there.
You missed a lot.
What I miss?
A lot. So don't eat no more.
I didn't miss nothing. What's up with the rice, Randall? You don't like rice? That's kind of a Louisiana staple. Rice goes in everything. That's good stuff. Y'all ever want to try fried rice? Y'all can hit that. You won't regret it. Hmm.
I think Oakley's sitting at the door watching us.
Yep. She's
Like, you gonna share?
she's wanting to come eat. Well, look, I think we're gonna call it a night. Finish eating, kind of sit out here to ourselves and enjoy everything. Give y'all a couple minutes, let's in case y'all got like any extra comments or something. If y'all got any questions, you can always come back and add them on the video or any comments. Appreciate all those always. Had up over 80, close to 90. I don't know, might have went over 90 a couple times. I was hoping to see a few more people on than that, but really don't know like what the cooking and stuff, how well that's going to do on the lives. Seems to be pretty popular on the fish cleaning. People like watching that kind of stuff. Evidently like watching the boat repair because there was more people watched the pulling out the gas tank than it did cooking tonight. But y'all let us know. We're good with whatever. It doesn't matter. A lot of people come back and watch these lives. Most all the lives we do pull a couple thousand views minimal. Some of them's been up as high as 4,000, 4,500 views. So we don't expect the lives to pull like as many views as our big videos because people just keep watching those over and over again. But the live thing's kind of new to us. We're just testing it out.
We ain't testing it out. We becoming pros now.
Well, we're not pros at anything, but we're gonna work on it, and whatever works on these lives, whatever works for y'all let us know because that's what we'll do more of. When I say testing it out, that's what I mean. If like when we go to tying jigs live, if that's something a lot of people get on and watch, then I'll ramp up the jig production and then put those jigs in the store, and that way people, if they want to get some of those jigs, they'll be able to get them and fish them. I won't be making any jigs that like, I will make some experimental colors from time to time, but I'd never like put any out there for anybody to get that's experimental unless it was like a special request color, because with live scope, that's one thing we have done is we've tested all these jigs. So I've got like, I'm gonna say 8 or 10 like go-to colors. We give some of those jigs away for hitting like some certain marks on the channel back a year or so ago, a couple years ago. We'll give a few boxes of those away for like drawings and stuff. And those jigs were my go-to like 7 or 8 different colors. And we do have some that are just like, I wouldn't leave home without, like June bug and chartreuse. Summertime, always a white is good, like a really small white colored jig, solid white jig. And we would probably go over like what materials we're using for each one of those jigs we make on live and stuff like that. So Danielle might would pop in and visit on some of those. We'll have to see. I've had several requests, not just in the lives, not just Mr. Bill, but I've had several requests on the channel. When am I going to tie some more jigs? So that's something we kind of do in the off season. Like I say, we fish a lot this time of year so hard, we just don't have time to. And but in the off season, after hunt season gets rolling, maybe this winter, maybe some this summer, that's something we're definitely looking at doing. I've already started working on a station to do that at. I need to get me a new vise. I need a better vise, and I'll probably get all of that set up before I even start the lives doing it. So it'll be a little bit nicer and everybody be able to see everything. So appreciate all y'all. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate y'all jumping on. I don't know what is this little arrow here for. Is that saying? Oh, I ain't even been seeing the comments. No wonder. I must have hit that by accident. Yeah. Jigs for bass baits. I have never made any bass baits. All my jigs were crappie jigs that I've tied.
I bought some God's Country Green Goblins today.
Where you at, Paul? Where you
We're not shutting
Well, yeah, I was gonna shut the light down, but where are you at? Paul,
Just Paul.
just Paul. Are you here
He's
local
local. Because
in
remember, he
Louisiana?
was in here yesterday.
And if you told me yesterday
He
where you're,
comments quite a bit.
yeah, if you told,
Bradley, I like watching your videos. Sorry I was late.
if you
I
told
like
me,
your cooking.
if you told me,
shows
Paul,
keeping
where
up
you're
with.
at, you probably told me yesterday, and I can't remember from one day to the next. I really can't. I'm bad about that. The food's amazing.
Food's good. Bought them at Cooters.
Oh, you are local then. Yeah,
Are
appreciate
you the
you.
Paul that we know?
All right, Sterlington. So I don't think I know you then. I don't know any Pauls in Sterlington.
Not unless it moves.
But either way, we do appreciate all the locals getting on here,
Yeah.
supporting us, supporting local business. Cooters has worked with us on some videos and stuff. Um, appreciate Mr. Kenny over there. He's done a fantastic job with that store. The Green Goblin, I'm going to just break it down for you, Paul, if you've got scope or if you don't. The Green Goblin 2-inch grub is killer. I worked with Mr. Stacy. That was one of our hand ties. The history behind the Green Goblin and why it says he's got like God's Country Hunting Fishing on there or something like that on those packages. I helped him develop that color. That was part of the deal up front was that he would work with me on some colors that he didn't supply, and we'd develop them, fish them, and if they worked good, he'd put them out for everybody. Um, yeah, that color um, is a go-to. We were hand tying some jigs and started fishing some local lakes, not just Dorbones, but some more lakes. And I was playing with greens, and we developed some green hand ties. Huh?
I'm answering questions while you're talking to.
We were developing some green hand ties that were just smoking the crappie. I mean, we was working on them, and there was days. And what we did, we developed 3 different shades, 3 different colors. They were all green, but it was 3 different shades, 3 different versions of that jig. And we caught, like, it was almost like every day they might bite a different shade or different version of it, but most days you could catch on one of those 3. And if not, just about everywhere we fish here in North Louisiana, I can tell you either just about every day you go, either that jig's gonna work or June bug and chartreuse. That's your other color. That's killer. The others will have orange or chartreuse in them. But in my opinion, the top 2 colors in Mr. Stacy's baits that we use a lot, you'll see us use, is the June bug and chartreuse. We helped him develop that color too.
These are soft plastics.
Yeah, the
that I
soft
got.
plastics. You should have the 2-inch grub, and you'll want to cast with those.
You can't go wrong with Mr. Stacy's.
You'll want to cast with those. Now his straight tails are fine too on a jig pole, and we use those some too. But we just personally like to cast, especially with scope, and even without scope, we cast a lot. But you said you got both of those. The June bug and chartreuse it's a year-round bait. What I do normally, we go to the lake, Paul. We'll fish a June bug chartreuse. If they ain't hitting on it, we'll try it. Like me or Danielle, one of us will have a June bug chartreuse, one of us will have on the Green Goblin. And if they don't hit one, then we'll swap both to the one they do hit. If they don't hit either one, we may go to like a white on a bluebird day, especially in the summertime. And if you go to a white, sometimes you may have to go to a hand tie, like a 1/32 ounce, something really light, and just cast it and kind of just float it right over the top of them. And if this time of the year they're on small fry that's just hatched out, Dave says found Danielle's channel. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. And all y'all got to do, if y'all want to find Danielle's channel, any of our links, any of our American-based sponsors, home-based sponsors, I call them, like Mr. Stacy, Slot Limit Baits, any of those guys, you can go to our link tree. We have their websites or their Facebook, like Mr. Joe's, the hat company. They make this hat right here for us. Probably knock out some more of these Camo and orange ones closer to hunting season, guys. Make some of those available. If I get a big flathead, I'm gonna clean it and slap the whole fish in the what? I'm trying to read comments and talk.
Bin
So
on low. In the bin on low.
in the oven, probably.
Oven.
Oh, the squirrel and gravy that we cooked. That's damn up,
that's,
Corey. Man, that's
a go-to.
you ain't beating that squirrel and gravy. That's old school there. This here's I don't know. This is some
I actually
Asian
subscribed to
type
one of the
cooking here.
channels in your link tree today. Good deal, Mr. Bill. But as for our baits, like
Appreciate
Mr.
it.
Stacy's baits, slot limit baits, before he even sponsored, we were using his baits, and they're legit. They hold up.
Yeah, and we don't do as far as sponsor deals. Like most of these deals that we do, we're not sponsored for money, y'all. They're not giving us money to like fish their baits or anything. He's like we don't get paid to go fish his baits. It don't work like that. Even the rods, Ozark rods, we told him straight up like we didn't really need the money. So it's not even about that to us. It's about a good product. So if you're seeing us fishing Ozark rods, slot limit baits, Fines custom rods, Danielle says, because she still fishes those. That's a local guy here that makes some rods.
That'll be Dylan Fine.
Mm-hmm. We're fishing them because they're good stuff. You know, some of the other stuff, obvious products, the e-bikes and stuff like that, some of that stuff comes from overseas. The scope, steel and all. We're only taking what we think is going to be a good product.
Is the link for your jigs in your bio? Mr. Stacy's? Is that what?
Who's asking that, Mr. Bill?
No, Dave. Are you asking about slot limit baits?
Slot limit baits is not our jigs. Slot limit baits, we help develop some of the jigs. That's Mr. Stacy Wilds. He's from West Monroe, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
And absolutely, slot limit baits link is in our link tree. Not in the bio, in the link tree. And in some of our crappie videos, you'll see us drop like his link on. But you can Google slot limit baits. Only thing I ask, if y'all use like our sponsors, we don't get, like if you buy from Mr. Stacy, we're not getting a kickback off of that or anything. But y'all let him know in the comment section on his website when you order or something like that. Just say, hey, found you on God's Country Hunting and Fishing, something like that. At least then that lets our sponsors know that they're doing some good by sponsoring us, you know, because they're only product sponsoring us. That's all we ask for, you know. He supplies our baits, we fishing them, and they work great, and that's why we fish them. You know, we had all that agreed upon up front.
Greg said I'm a cornbread and milk type of guy. I like cornbread and milk.
I like cornbread and milk.
My mama would put cornbread and buttermilk together.
There's only a such thing as buttermilk cornbread though. There's no such thing.
The show's fam. They said my wife is Asian. She uses day old rice for fried rice, long or extra long grain.
All right, let me know what the deal is with that. Is it just harden a little bit, like refrigerate?
Like, how
Because
do you do that?
she's probably way better at cooking fried rice than we are.
Uh-huh.
So we're like welcoming any tips on this now.
Yep. Mr. Bill said slot limit plastics is something I've already logged because I've watched you use them. Yep.
Absolutely. Y'all are not going to see. That's the one thing we'll take pride in. Y'all are not going to see us like doing some fake stuff on this channel. If we use a product and it's not good, we're going to say, hey, it's not good. And if it's a sponsored product, we're going to go back to those sponsors and say, hey, you need to tweak this a little bit. And we have done that. You know, I can't show y'all that in our emails and stuff. But some of our stuff that come from overseas, we may not make it known so much that they've got a fault in their product or something. And a lot of that ain't a fault that, like, just we see ways if they can improve something, like on one of these bikes or something. I email them back on it and tell them, hey, you probably should look at doing this. This is what people would be more interested in, and hopefully that gives them enough feedback when they do their next development and put out a new product. They can put out a better product that people are more interested in. That's just the way it works.
Gail said my mother done cornbread, buttermilk, and then put salt and black pepper on. I don't remember my mama putting salt and black pepper. She might have,
Richard Sims.
but it was.
Look
She
out,
would have
Richard.
a big cup of cornbread and then pour that buttermilk over it and eat it up. Let's see. Lord have mercy, Dale.
What'd Dale say?
Bigfoot, about the cornbread and buttermilk.
I don't like. I don't like. I don't like. Daddy would drink buttermilk. I don't like buttermilk, but I like cooking with buttermilk. So our biscuits and our um cornbread, all of that. You can ask Danielle. Like I ask her, like every time she makes cornbread. She's the cornbread maker. I'm the biscuit maker. But every time she makes it, I'm like, is that buttermilk? If not, like it ain't the same.
Okay, so she puts it in the fridge. Fresh rice gets mushy.
That's what I. This was fresh rice, and you're right. It's mushy.
Which colors do you recommend? That's coming from Dave. I assume he's talking about jigs.
Are you talking about slot limit baits, Dave? I don't have any jigs on the market at this time. It's something we're considering doing. It'll be limited supply if I do any jigs. Some Hank Williams Jr. Yep, I know that's right.
Greg said I was born in Alabama, raised in Louisiana like Hank Williams Jr.
Yeah, I was born in Louisiana, raised in Louisiana and Alabama, and then moved back to Louisiana. So
Dale said, I ain't drinking buttermilk. I don't drink buttermilk. I don't even like the smell
what was
of
he?
it.
Who was asking about the jigs?
Dave.
Dave, which color? Are you talking about slot limits or my hand ties? Because my hand ties are not on the market. If you're talking about slot limits, I can tell you my favorite colors. And y'all can tell we ain't like putting this fried rice down. I'm gonna try that. Who was that? Who's telling me on the rice what to do?
That would be the show's Sam.
His wife is Asian?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Yeah. The show is found. We're definitely gonna
Fam.
try. Huh?
Fam.
Fam. The show
like
is found.
family. Fam.
We're definitely gonna try the rice in the fridge next go around. And that makes sense because I know day old rice we pull out and it don't clump together at all.
Best of both worlds. Agreed.
Definitely going to.
Alabama and Louisiana.
That's two not so bad states. Alabama's got some good stuff to offer, and Louisiana's got some good stuff to offer. We got some pretty high crime rates over here in Louisiana now, and I know
In
South
Northern
Alabama's
Louisiana.
got some pretty high crime rates also.
Country Boy Can Survive National Anthem.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I
Mr.
like
Bill's
elk steak
soaked in buttermilk.
for approximately an hour and then fried. That's a tasty steak.
Andre's second and cook the rice before, give it a better texture. I'm glad y'all said that because I've been struggling with that. And
Rusty is going to try the slight lemon bait.
Where are you from, Rusty? Oh, is he from Ruston?
I believe so.
Rusty, is that from Ruston? I think you told me this. If you're here local, they're in Cooters in Farmerville and they're in the Honey Hole in West Monroe.
And Stacy has a TikTok as well, and he'll get on there and go live making his. That's awesome to watch. How did you make
Palestine,
out with
Texas?
your boat? fuel tank?
Boat fuel tank is out. I think it's going to be fine. I'm just going to slosh some gas around, clean it out best I can. It looks like nothing's left in the bottom of it already. Probably going to put it back in tomorrow. Palestine, Texas. Rusty. Y'all. I know y'all got like some good lakes in Texas. Excuse me. Better lakes than we got here. Man, I'd fish, and I mean we go to Arkansas. I haven't been to Texas yet. I want to do some traveling over there and fish some of those lakes in the next few years. But man, I'm telling you right now, one of the best baits on the market. I think this is a local guy here. Um, Small business. He works full time job just like the rest of us. Cajun holiday Southern living and outdoors. Where'd you blow up in here from? Cause I ain't seen them. Have you seen them?
Hammond.
Hammond, Louisiana. Did y'all just get on the channel?
We live in
Enjoy
Hammond.
those big catfish.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen y'all comment before.
Crunchy Cracker, are you going to do a live put in the gas tank back in?
I might. I mean, it does better than the cooking, so.
He might have to wait till Dylan gets home. You would love.
Mike, we actually just dropped a crappie video over on Cross Lake. I have not fished Caddo, but we just dropped crappie video 2 weeks ago, I think. And that was filmed on Cross Lake. I don't know if I mentioned it. I try not to mention too much about where the lakes are, other than Darbone, because everybody comes to Darbone. And it drives our local economy. But I know when you go to other lakes, you shoot a video and a lot of people see it. If any of those videos ever like go viral or hit or something, which probably won't do in crappie, but if they do, it's going to like drive a lot of traffic on those lakes. And I don't want people coming at me like, oh, you told everybody where your secret spot is. Yeah, I know Lake Palestine. I knew it was a good lake. I wasn't sure what all for. Man, I would try whatever your favorite colors are over there. If you like casting, if you're fishing scope especially, and you cast it all, I would definitely try his 2-inch grub. So he's been following us for a year or more, just never caught y'all alive. Yeah, hit the bell. Maybe it gives you a notification in the future. I don't know. Make sure your notification's set up right. We try to sometimes put in a post ahead of time that we're going live, but honestly, we never know when we're going live till like last minute.
Like today.
Like today, we went live twice. Wasn't really planning on it, but.
And I was in there taking care of the shrimp, and Bradley goes, "We'll go live." Okay.
Crunchy Cracker, I don't think he does make some worms that are used in Alabama a lot up north. Is it Gunnersville? I think it's maybe Gunnersville Lake. There's a guy up there that uses Mr. Stacy's. He's got like a split tail worm, and that guy like slays a bass up there on that bait. I think it's like them bass ain't never seen that bait before. So I'm not a big bass fisherman, so I don't.
Mr. Bill said, "I don't care which one of you are live. I'm watching it, if possible, at possible."
What I was telling Rusty about the baits. Rusty, the June bug and chartreuse is really good. It is on every lake I've fished so far. I don't think you can go wrong with June bug and chartreuse anyways. I fish all of those baits Paul was asking earlier. I fish most of them on a pink head. The June bug chartreuse always has a pink head, either in 1/16 or 1/8. I make my own jig heads. I mold those and paint them in all myself. Powder coat them. And the greener jigs, and let's see what else. The greener jigs, like the Green Goblin, and that was my name, by the way. I named that jig the Green Goblin. I like a gold head on it. You can use it with a pink head, it'll work, but I really like a disco gold is the color I use. So I either use a disco gold or pink head 98% of the time probably. You just don't need nothing else. I mean, I have fished every color jig on that pink, that we use, and we've caught fish on all of them, including the green with the pink head. But I just think that disco gold is more in line with that color, and those perch just slamming. I'm telling y'all. And I'll tell y'all this about the green: if they're hitting the green, sometimes the big fish will be a little finicky. They won't bite right. You just throw stuff at them all day long, and you can't get them to hit. They ain't been seeing that green. You put the green goblin on. That's why we named it that. I named my hand tie that years ago, or a couple years ago. So I asked Mr. Stacy to call it that when he put it on there, cause I helped him develop the color. But that green goblin got its name because it's green, and everything we threw at gobbled it up. So that's two of my favorite colors, Rusty. I do like, and I'm not sure if he makes this one available or not. It's a candy corn. It's called a candy corn. Y'all remember the candy corn we eat when we was kids? Some of us still eat it, like around Christmas and Halloween or whatever. You got the candy corn. It's got the little black tip on it, or brown, or whatever it was, and the white. And he called
They're
it candy
nasty.
corn, but it's no. Them things are good. But anyways, it's an orange grub with a chartreuse tail, and it's got a black tip head on it. Kind of like the old. It's real similar to the orange with a black head tube jigs. That's what it's like. That one is a really good color also, and there is days. Now that said, he's got a lot of people that use the his signature color slot limits is the blue cheese. There's certain lakes that those seem to do really good on. I hadn't used them a lot, so really don't know. Kind of got my own colors I like to fish. Everybody's different, but he's got some more colors on there that are good. The tricycle is good. It's kind of like a purple and chartreuse also. That's a really good color. We catch a lot of fish on that tricycle. We at night we use the black and chartreuse straight tails as stinger. Man, that's we caught 65 or 70 one night a few weeks ago. Fishing lights with that jig, just they were hammering it. Black chartreuse would I always use at night. That's my go-to night. Yes, candy corn and the pumpkins. That's right. Growing up in America. Yeah, he's got a bait that's similar to that candy corn color, and it's a legit bait, especially in muddy water.
I like Reese cups.
He's got a crawfish color too. Um, I think it's crawfish color with an orange tail. And we one of the days we fished over near Shreveport. One of the days we fished black and red does good here. I think he's got a black and red deal. I'm not sure where you're at, but I'm pretty sure he has a black and like a dark red or something. Because I've got some, I just hadn't had much luck on them here. But if that's something you like, he's probably got that color on there. Um, what was I saying? It's a crawfish. I'm not sure what he calls that one. It's like a brown. Oh, in West Virginia, yeah. I know all different parts of the country, different colors do good. I've had people when I was tying jigs. I had people like requesting. I was sending them to like Michigan and places, and they were asking for like some weird colors I've never even seen fish caught on. So I get that, but I would try that green goblin. I don't care where you're at in the country. That and that June bug and chartreuse, I would try both of those. The June bug and chartreuse, I kind of helped him develop that one too. We were fishing sliders for years, Charlie Brewer sliders. They're a good bait, and that was my favorite color, June bug and chartreuse. We always caught fish on that bait nearly everywhere we went. Greg, know you from down there at Homa? June bug beetle spin. Yeah, Greg, if you're using a June bug down there around them cyber stumps, you ought to try his June bug and chartreuse grub. It's a 2-inch grub. It fishes a little bigger than that. I mean, we catch sockeye, crappie, white perch, whatever you want to call them. We'll catch them down to 6 or 8 inches. I've seen some small ones just inhale that jig. And if you like casting, man, I ain't trying to sell jigs either. I'll probably sell some tonight, but I'm not trying to sell y'all on a jig. But I'm telling y'all right now, we caught speckled trout, redfish, and flounder on those jigs. Down there, we use a white with a pink head on that down there in the salt water, and we've caught specks and stuff on those jigs.
Growing up in America said, I'm sure you said, but how did the boat turn out? My dad asked me at the gym. It's in pieces.
Hadn't finished the boat yet, buddy, but yeah, we're going to.
Pieces.
I had to run to town, and I needed a new um, sensor. My level sensor was bad, so I needed a new level sensor and some new hose. I needed some new hose, and I needed some new fuel water separators and all of that. I got all of that, and I'm gonna start when we jump off this live. I'm gonna start putting that together. Or I got it in the morning. I'll get up in the morning, put all that together. I don't know. I may go back live in the morning, doing some of that. Several people ask about it, see how it turns out. So if I've got everything here, I might. If I've got a struggle and I ain't gonna have everything here, only thing I wouldn't have is my pop rivets. I gotta make sure I got enough pop rivets. So if I've got those out in the shop, I know I've got some. I just don't know what size they are. If I've got all that, I may put it back together live. We'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna look back at that live today that I did and see kind of how many views it pulled and all that. If it pulled 1,500 views, or looks like it's gonna hit 1,500 or 2,000 views, I may put it back together live, let everybody see the finished product. And I shouldn't worry about that. If y'all want to see it, I should probably just go back live and let y'all see it. The boat's gone.
Keep it real.
Yeah,
like
the boat's
I always
gone.
say.
We're fishing and shrimp in some really rough water at times. Y'all see it in our videos. I push my stuff pretty hard. And you must have retired, laughing out loud. No, I'm not, Paul. I wished I was retired.
I asked him
When
the
do you
same
go to work?
thing.
I work shift work now, Paul. I took a shift job.
He's
Yeah.
off more than he
I worked all weekend, Paul. That's why, like mine and Danielle's schedule don't match up now. The struggle is what makes it worth watching.
Y'all liked it whenever Dylan got up in there.
The struggle. Are you trying? Is that what you're saying, Mr. Bill? That I struggle at this stuff? Struggle. The struggle was getting on the water and that thing plugging up, and and I should have showed it, y'all. I messed up. We pulled that fuel rail out of the boat motor down there at a camper in Point Auchine, right there on the saltwater. Alligator knocking on our doorstep. Pulled the fuel rail, went into town. Um, Went to Buddy of ours' house down there, used his air compressor, blew out all the injectors, and y'all are so right. Like, I've got to do a better job showing, like, what it's really like. We keep everything real. I just fail to video sometimes. And sometimes, now, if I'd have had Danielle with me, she'd have probably filmed the whole thing. She wasn't with me. Nobody really thought about running the camera. I get in my mind, I've got to get this working right. I need it working. And I get in my mind, I get like sidetracked or like zoned in on what I'm doing, and I smooth forget sometimes. I hear you, Mr. Greg. I'm like 48 and feel the same way. Oh, that tank was definitely a struggle getting out, but we're gonna get it.
Anniversary is this week.
Yeah, Steven.
Thank you for reminding him.
Yeah, you're right. Anniversary this week. I don't remember what day, but
I'm
it
not
is.
a big person to want to go out to eat. Though.
It is this week.
So,
Danielle says she want to go fishing for her anniversary. Imagine that, y'all. So I'll probably take her fishing. That's an easy one for me to handle. It's warming up. It's gonna be warmer, but I don't know. I got something in mind I ain't told her about yet. So
I'm so simple on everything. I'm not hard to please.
yeah,
At all.
I got something in mind I ain't told her about. Well, what will make you think that, Mr. Greg? I can't imagine what will make you think that.
Y'all are doing.
Hey,
everything
sometimes
right.
you just gotta do what you gotta do.
You
Yeah,
make friends.
yeah. Sometimes it's a good thing you make friends that live by where you like to shoot content and stuff. But yeah, yeah. Sometimes it's good to have friends in places you go to.
Night, Dave.
Oh, Dave said he's out.
Yep.
Yep.
Don't forget her.
Get some
She will
rest.
take her white perch fishing.
Yeah.
She loves
That's
that.
why. That's why in a couple weeks I'm take her white perch fishing.
Yeah.
She does like white perch fishing, but we're not going white perch
I
fishing.
like brim
I
fishing.
don't think. What did that last comment say? What did I
Okay,
miss on
you're
it?
working on the boat today has 1,315 views, so my YouTube says 9 hours ago. Glenn's on every time I open up YouTube. There you are.
Hey,
Happy anniversary. Thank you.
you just got to make it happen, Glenn. That's how we roll. You
Y'all just join in on our blog, our vlog.
Glenn, if every time you open it up, we're there, and
Love Jesus, y'all. Absolutely.
that means we're getting the impressions we need. But I can tell you, our impressions tanked.
Did you see the big gar Mr. Keith caught?
I did see the big guard Mr. Keith caught. He caught a big one.
I think he sent a picture right after.
So now he's up the game. You know, he caught some gar, and I caught some bigger gar, and now he caught a bigger gar. So I guess I'm gonna have to go catch a bigger gar.
Is this a competition now?
No, but I'm gonna probably catch a bigger one. I'm gonna go after a bigger one. I told him that. I'm gonna go after a bigger one. I don't know if we'll catch one, but we're gonna go after some gar this summer in some videos. I've already got we rigged up our stuff for our gar a little bit late last year, and I think this year I've already got my leaders made up. May have to tweak them a little bit, but I'm gonna rig up some gar hooks, and me and Danielle's gonna go catch a big alligator gar. I know where some giants are, maybe some 200 pounders. We're gonna go after a 100+ pounder. That's my
I
goal.
think you're the only channel recommended to me.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Raised outdoors. That's yeah.
I want to see some jug gar fishing videos.
Who said that?
Mr. Bill.
Mr. Bill. That's what we got in mind, Mr. Bill. I don't want to spoil all of it, but I'm gonna bring to y'all an old school commercial fishing way. You see jug fishing gar a lot, but the way some of these guys used to do it up here in North Louisiana that I seen, you don't ever see. I've never seen it in a video. There is some old school commercial fishermen up here. Some of them are still alive. Some of them have passed away, and they had a method to catch these gar unlike anything I've ever seen. And I'm gonna bring that to YouTube. We've already been saving our stuff. It does take a jug to use it, so I've got my jug saved up. I got to do some making. So I'm gonna bring everything from making the. I've already got my leaders made up, but I'll probably make one just for the video and show y'all how we're gonna make the lines. And I've never done this before, so it's gonna be a test. I'm gonna test it out, but I'll do the whole thing in the video. And if we're successful in catching a gar, one gar, that's all we need to prove it works, then it'll make a full video. And if we catch one that's 40, 50 pounds plus, then that's really all we need for the video. But I really want to catch a 100 pounder. That's what we're going for. I know those guys used to catch some over 100 pounds, so it's very possible.
Old Gray Country Boy said, me and the wife will be 19 years on the 25th, so happy anniversary to you guys.
How many years have we been?
I don't know, you tell me.
25?
No,
24?
no,
23?
no.
26.
no.
Alright, we'll be 26 years old. I knew that, but I had to mess with her a little bit.
Ask some of these boat mechanics about upgrading those fuel filters. Seems like you said you had a few already. Yet
I'm
still
being
the
told.
trash made it to the injectors.
Well, the fuel water separator really is not a filter. The fuel water separator is exactly what it says it is. It's a fuel water separator. At least that's what I'm being told. For years I thought it was a fuel filter too. It caught a lot of the stuff because we could slosh it around and dump that crud out of it. It caught a lot of that stuff before it ever made it to the engine. But I guess some of the fine particles made it through there and even made it through the fuel filters on the boat motor. Um, yeah, I mean, we got filters in the boat motor, and I've asked, and some people have said you need to put another fuel filter in between fuel water separator and the motor, but most of the mechanics don't want that to happen. If they don't do that, it could starve the engine for gas, make it run wrong. You could score some cylinders, something like that. And I definitely don't want that to happen. I'm not even worried about it at this point, knowing what I know about the gas tank, because when I sloshed it around and all that crud's in the bottom, you're seeing right there. Y'all seen, if you watch that live, if you didn't go to the end of that live that we did today,
It was black.
it
I
was
saw that.
just crud. I mean, and we knew what was in it because we had dumped the fuel water separator a couple times in like buckets or an ice cream bucket to see, like, okay, what's plugging the injectors up, and every time it was that crud. But the amount of it that was in the bottom of that tank really surprised me, y'all. Like, it was tons of it in there. That in that picture or that video, that's a 55-gallon drum. That's the bottom of a 55-gallon drum. That's a 24-inch diameter drum that we dumped that gas in, and it had the whole bottom of that covered in just black crud. So that's a big tank that's in the boat. That was a 20-gallon tank. Um, yeah, it just, but it, you get it out. I'm not worried about it. I'll pump gas in it and roll. Till next time, we get all that. It looks like it's come pretty clean. I'm gonna slosh some more gas around in it tonight when I get off of here. And
Yeah, let's go through these questions real quick.
well, I tried to catch up on the questions. We was gonna
Yeah,
get
but you
off,
keep
and they keep
keep
asking
talking.
questions.
Okay. Okay. Do y'all night catfishing using bluegill? That would be our loom lines. Or
We've used cut bluegill. Yeah, but I think they're asking about do
like rod
we?
and reels. Or
Yeah, I think they're asking about do we rod and reel
I
fish?
want to ride
We
and
want to do
reel.
some rod and reel fishing, and y'all, that would be a great live. Like me and Danielle tried a week or two ago to go over to the lake and do a video like catching catfish, and we're catching all these channel cats like this long, and I'm like, we're not putting this in a video, girl. I'm just being honest, y'all. Like, that's
It
not
was
me.
fun,
That's
but it was
Yeah, we caught some nice
not.
catfish that we kept, but dang, it was slow to me. Like, it wasn't like the type video that I like to put out. And it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel like us. We were soaking wet. It rained that day. Matter of fact, that
That
was the
was the
same
day
day
that I raised the
that
nets.
she raised the nets. And it was pouring down rain. And we catfished after that the same day, the same trip. So,
Like soaking wet.
yeah, you can't go brim fishing and stuff like that if you're raising nets. There's really nothing against like going and catching catfish because they can be recreational or commercial. So we would never brim fish while we're raising nets, nothing like that. But we catfish, and the catfish things like I told her, we ain't putting this in no video. I would be cool with doing a video like catching big catfish on the river. There again, it's probably not going to be the speed that some people want to see. So I'm not sure if we would have to mix it up with something or go a couple times and catch a lot of fish. Like I like a lot of action in our videos. Maybe we can restructure it to where a live would be great. Like I see these lives and these old men are out there fishing,
I'll watch it.
and I watch some of that stuff
Yeah.
because that's some of the only lives I actually watch because it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But we don't have hardly any phone signal where we can actually go. We do have a spot that we could go and do some live catfishing on the river, and that may be something we do in one of the lives this year, and let y'all follow. Um, Test it at least and see, can we go catch some catfish
Yeah,
live?
Glenn, I think Dylan's still holding that against Bradley right now.
Glenn's a catfish guy.
Dylan had to eat a cold Cane's combo because of that trash in the tank.
Y'all go check out
Yeah.
Glenn's channel. I'm gonna give him a shout out real quick. Uh, Raised Outdoors. He's got some uh, pretty good content on pole fishing for catfish. They do some limb lines and stuff like that too. Glenn, I know, like, I think I seen a short this week. He caught a 30 plus pound flathead up there on cut bluegill. Maybe that was this week, unless that was old footage, but I seen him put that out. Uh, yeah, he's got a pretty good channel he stepped away from for a little bit, wasn't putting some content out. Now he's back putting some content out. So y'all go check him out, give him a sub up there at Raised Outdoors. He supports us. He gets on our lives and gives a lot of comments in our videos and stuff. So I know we've been following him a long time. He's been following us a long time. So y'all go give him a shout out. Tell him where you found him. Tell him you found him in this live. So give him some subs tonight.
Crunchy Cracker is out. Paul said river camping and catfishing. That's always fun. Mr. Bill's already Raised Outdoors, Arkansas has one cell tower made from a coat
I
hanger.
believe it. I believe it, Glenn. And when I say Glenn, Raised Outdoors is who I'm talking about. I can't even much pronounce his last name. Never have been able to. But been watching Glenn's stuff for a long time. Probably 4 or 5,
Does the
3,
catfishing
4 or
slow
5
down
years.
for you this time of year because of the spawn?
Catfishing never slows down. I can catch catfish year round. 100%, ain't no doubt in my mind. If I want to eat catfish, I am not going hungry. Now, I may have to change my method and the way I catch them. It might be wire nets. I can't pick what kind of catfish. It might be channel cats. It might be blues. It might be flatheads. I can catch some catfish some kind of a way year round. And most of them don't involve a fishing pole either. So, I mean, we're talking trot lines, limb lines, bank poles, hoop nets, slat traps, wire nets. I can take those 5 or 6 things and catch catfish year round. There's some people that can do that. There's people that can't. I heard an old commercial fisherman. He told me one time. He said an old commercial fisherman told him one time, which would have been probably around the turn of the century, a century ago.
Ancestor
He said some can, some can't. That's all he said. So y'all can take it how you want. That's but what we're on here doing is we're sharing the ways that we can.
Dynamite's
The
not
pole
it.
the pole fishing for us, catfish, ain't something we've done a lot of. I'm just being honest. So if
Yeah, that's what.
we've caught catfish. We catch catfish on poles. We went last year and caught them. But the night we went, we was trying to video, and we had a storm hit that we had to wait on to pass. And when
Yeah,
it
well, that was
passed,
awful.
we had mayflies, and there was so many mayflies, y'all. The film was horrible. And I told Danielle, I said, we're not dropping this as a video.
I mean, we couldn't open our mouth or anything.
What was Paul talking about? He said, I know how to take it. What was he talking about? Did I miss a comment?
What?
I must have missed something.
No, he asked, does catfishing slow down for you this time of year because of the spawn? And then you went through great detail of answering.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Too much detail. But no, we don't. It don't slow down. We slow down. We slow down because the catfishing don't slow down. And I used to catch some catfish in hoop nets all during the summer. I don't do that anymore because there's these little bug things that get in the net and they sting when they get on you. They're a little, I don't know what they are. They're a little bug. They get on your hoop nets in the river here in the Waukesha River. They do, and they sting like crazy. When you go shaking your nets clean, they get all over your arms and stuff, and they just sting. I hate those things. So for that reason, and our brim fishing goes to getting good, and I like to brim fish. That's one of our favorite things to do. Mine and Danielle's both is brim fish. We like catching big old
He said,
chinky
I
pins,
thought you said
bluegills.
something about some can and some can't. He did.
I did. I was
He was
saying,
talking about ancestors.
yeah, I was saying, an old commercial fisherman that I know, he's still alive. He told me a while back, a year or 2 years ago. He said an old commercial fisherman told him one time. He was asking like, how come I can't catch these fish like this or like you or something like to that effect? And the guy told him, said, well, some can, some can't. And that's all he told him. He didn't say nothing else. He didn't elaborate. So that's what I tell people when they ask, well, how come? Like, I mean, I try to tell you as much as I can about what we're doing, and we're by far the best at any of this stuff, y'all. I'm telling y'all, there's people out there that blow our socks off the water in this stuff that we do. It don't matter if it's hoop nets, wire nets. There's guys that specialize with hoop nets. There's guys that specialize with wire nets, slat traps, trot lines, limb lines. I'm pretty good with the limb lines. I could probably hang with most of them with the limb lines. Now the bank poles, we're decent at it. We're still learning with the bank poles. There's guys out there doing a lot more bank pole fishing than I have. Hoop nets, I've been fishing a long time. We literally do not try to catch more fish than we're catching in the hoop nets. Sometimes we're throwing these fish back, so y'all know we're not going to try to catch more. I can move my nets and catch more fish than what we catch. I don't want to. Same way with slat traps and bank and wire nets. We can catch more fish in those slat traps and wire nets. I know how. I used to do it when I was commercial fishing for money, but I'm not commercial fishing for money anymore. And I don't want to dress 4 or 5 or 600 pounds or 1,000 pounds of channel cats. So the reason I can dress those
That's
fish
a lot of fish.
pretty easy is because I've dressed those amounts of fish before. And I
Willie's
didn't
in the
like it.
house, Bradley.
Appreciate you, Willie, for dropping by.
He said, "Good
But
evening. Me and the wife in Birmingham, getting her staples out and check up after brain surgery.
good deal, Willie. Hope she's
Definitely be
fine.
praying for y'all."
Still in our prayers. But yeah, we a lot of times cut back on the amount of bait we put instead of fishing a whole block of bait. We'll fish half a block. Like there's things we do to drop the amount of fish. Channel cats, especially, the amount of channel cats you catch, a lot of times revolve around how much bait you put in there. One, you got to be on the fish. There's guys in South Louisiana down there that are catching 6 to 10,000 pounds a day. That's like, I mean, they have a market for it. More power to them. I'm not. I have no desire to catch that many fish. I've caught that in shrimp. I know what kind of work that is. Physically, I wouldn't have a back by the time I'm 60. Slowing down. I mean, yeah, I'm still pretty wide open. Some people think, but I've slowed down a long ways from what I used to do as far as fishing goes. Just subbed
Learning y'all's recipes
Kevin.
is the
Appreciate that.
greatest guys. Love it. Thank you.
Appreciate that, Kevin, and thank
Kevin
you for letting
sub
us
to
know.
Raised
Oh,
Outdoors.
sub to Raised Outdoors, but thank you for letting us know that
He's
too.
already been on ours.
Yeah, well, I thought
He's
I
still
just read
high on the
sub.
gasoline.
I just wrote just read just sub. But yeah, appreciate you going over and subbing to Glenn's channel. I know he appreciates that too.
Well, he said thanks.
The Glenn and them do a lot of hunting stuff. I got some pretty good hunting stuff and some fishing stuff. A lot of the same kind of content that we got. They just old country people up there in Arkansas, just like us. They're a little further to the north than we are.
Are you still trapping hogs now, or can't you do that this time of year? You can
No,
do it year round.
year round. We slowed up because of turkey season. It's time to get back up there and put some bait out. We wanted to make these. To be honest about it, we wanted to make these couple trips to South Louisiana. We had a couple trips to South Louisiana lined up, and I guess maybe I'll get a chance if I get my boat fix was a priority because I need that when we go back to South Louisiana in a couple weeks, and fixing the shrimp net's priority. Once I get those two things done, I ain't got a lot of stress then. If I still have an extra day off between then and the time we leave for South Louisiana, I will probably go and bait up, maybe up there, throw some feed out, and go to having some draw in. We'll go to bait and put a camera up or change. We've got a camera up there. I just need to change the battery in it. But probably gonna get back and revisit the hog trapping situation up there, and it's dried out enough. The we kind of drop off of it during turkey season most years because of the feed. We don't want to get nobody in trouble. Somebody give us one more like. We got 99. I see. I don't like that number. I want to see 100 on there.
Hadn't seen any buffalo lately. Are they moving
Man,
any?
the buffalo was tough on us this year.
Tough
We
one.
gon' we just
Oh,
I don't know. Year before
some
last,
people had it
there he
made.
is. We got 100, 100 likes. Somebody helped us out.
Thank you.
Uh, we the buffalo fish was
It was not our year.
it was year before last.
Yeah, last year.
Last year we
Yeah.
slaughtered the buffalo. I got so tired of cleaning buffalo. We were
I think
done.
that's the reason why Noah stopped
We
going.
were, yeah. Noah didn't even hardly fish with me this year because I probably worked him too hard last year on buffalo. But there was days we probably dumped 1,000 pounds of buffalo back in a couple nets,
Thank you, Willie.
and it was horrible. Uh,
Watch him from
we just
Kuwait.
wanted a few to eat this year, and that is exactly what we caught, a few. We did not catch a lot. I don't remember any, and I'll say this: the river was weird this year. It was at the wrong levels, the wrong times. We pulled our nets up when the buffalo started spawning, but we had been catching paddlefish and gar every trip. Just slam packing our nets like it was a pain, and I got aggravated, frustrated. Pulled our nets up during the buffalo spawn. Um, Probably shouldn't have put my nets out quite as early as I did. Probably should have waited on the buffalo spawn to put them out. We didn't. We fished them too early. Pulled them up during the spawn. So the most buffalo we ever caught any time this year was probably 10 or 12 buffalo, and that was in anywhere from 4 to 7 nets. I think it's the most we fished this year, something like that. Maybe the air conditioning kicking on ain't too annoying for y'all, but do have an idea for a video. I'm thinking about doing a little bow fishing video. Me and Danielle gonna probably go hunt down some buffalo and do a catch, clean, and cook. Bow fishing, not trying to fill up the boat with a generator and a bunch of noise or anything, but going old school, maybe taking a headlamp. Um, what y'all think? Maybe taking a headlamp. I got my bow fishing bow over here I'm looking at. I got it back down. We got new strings put on them. Raised, born and raised in South Arkansas. Earliest memories running trot lines. I should let you
With
read
my
read
dad,
that. Who is
and
that?
then we had the most fun in the world running hoot nets on the land. Danielle, thank you.
Something just
And
happened
Paul
to our
said,
phone.
definitely.
It said recovered live. I don't know. It blipped. We had a blip. He said definitely. They talking about the bow fishing.
Me and my father actually sank a 1436, I guess, John boat
Been there.
because we had too many buffalo in the boat.
Been there, guys.
Lesson learned.
Sunk a 1442. No, 1440. Sunk it bow fishing. We had when we sunk it, we had 98 buffalo. We had 98 buffalo that would have averaged 20 pounds apiece. They were all big, wasn't no smalls. They would have probably averaged 15 apiece. There was probably nothing in the boat under 10 pounds, and we sunk it. Yeah, we had to recover. We sunk it. Luckily, we were at the landing when we sunk it. But I mean, as soon as we touched land, she went out. But we recovered the fish, got them out. Uh, we give most of those fish away. We didn't sell those fish or anything because they had the arrows shot through them. Had some people want those fish. Give them all away. We probably cut some ribs out of some ourselves. I used to do that a lot when I was bow fishing.
We
But
go back down south. I'm probably going to see if Bradley will let us stop by a coffee shop that makes jugs of coffee. I saw it on TikTok, but it's
yeah,
probably out of the way.
I
But
don't
it's
know
down
where
that way.
how we go from bow fishing to coffee.
Because they were like coming down here on boat fishing. Then I was like, oh, it's a squirrel moment. I have plenty of them. It's late.
Appreciate that, Greg. Maybe we'll make that happen there one day. We'll see what happens on that. Uh, yeah, we actually bump into people all the time. I bumped into 3 different people. Uh, I mean, we don't make like appointments to go meet people. It's
No, I just
just
want coffee.
we just don't do that. But we did bump into me and Adam from Redline. We bumped into 3 different
Greg
people
would like to meet us.
that that watch the channel down there. We're out shrimping and crabbing and stuff like that, and bump into 3 different people that watched our channels that we never. I mean, as soon as we walked in, or they pulled up. One was a couple guys pulled up to the dock. They knew us. They had seen my channel. One was there where we were staying. They knew Adam. They had watched his channel, had seen a lot of his deer hunt videos, and they didn't recognize me, but they recognized Adam. So it's always pretty cool. Always a conversation.
Yeah, never leave us, Crunchy Cracker. We're always gonna be here.
Hey, we appreciate all the support we get.
Yeah.
But yep, well look, Mr. Bill's on it again. What's he saying? I can't read that far. I shouldn't even try. Probably look like.
We're celebrities. He said, Bradley, I heard you mention that you've been to several different countries. Have you been to Kuwait? Because we had somebody, and that's what I was trying to tell you.
I have not. I have not been to Kuwait. I can tell y'all where I've been. It's no big deal. I have been to Equatorial Guinea in West Africa. I've been to, we call it EG, Equatorial Guinea. What? What are you laughing at?
Because you get ready to tell them goodbye, and then it's like, hold up a minute.
I think they're doing this on purpose. I've been to night. Equatorial Guinea was okay, other than the malaria mosquitoes we had to dodge. I've been to Nigeria. Don't care nothing about Nigeria. I've been to Cameroon. All of these are on the west coast of Africa. Cameroon was not very nice. All of those countries are different colonies. EG was a Spanish colony. They were actually pretty nice to us. Treated us just fine. Nigeria and Cameroon. Nigeria didn't necessarily treat us bad, but we had some bad experience there and had to stay the night over there, and I just didn't care for it. We was behind razor wire the whole night. It wasn't nowhere I wanted to be. Cameroon, it's a French colony. Not knocking the French, but they don't really like Americans. French airport, going through France. We flew through France, through Germany. Germany treated us fine, as Americans I'm talking about. The French did not treat us fine. They give us a hard time coming through the airports and stuff. I've been through Spain. Spain treated us fine. We just had really hard trouble like communicating with the Spanish. We flew through Madrid, and I couldn't read none of that and couldn't talk Spanish, and they couldn't really talk English. So we had a really hard time communicating there in the airport. Most countries speak English. They were not one of them there.
Bradley worked in the oil field.
Yeah, I worked in the oil field. Went to the Gran Canaria Islands. That was pretty nice. Most everybody there spoke English. And it was a pretty nice place to go, but you got to go through like Madrid to get there. The mainland on Madrid, they didn't really do much English or wouldn't try to. Cameroon, we had a really bad experience when we went into Cameroon the first time. Flying in at the airport, French guy would not help us, told us we were sorry Americans, yada yada yada. Anyways, enough about that. And I didn't really like when we were flying over the jungle and you could see all the airplanes with the tails sticking up in the jungle where they had all crashed. I didn't really care for that view, being as we was in a chopper. But that was a little spooky. And then I've been to Mauritius, which is like a resort island.
Good night.
South Africa. Who said good night?
Cajun, holiday, southern living, and outdoors.
Yep, good night. Didn't really care for Mauritius. It's not all it's chopped up to be. It ain't what they show on their websites and stuff. It was actually pretty nasty. Flew through Japan. That wasn't that bad. Flew through. Been to Norway. Stavanger, Norway. That wasn't that bad. It was a little different, and people don't come out till nighttime. They don't really do much over there in the daytime. They party at night. and I don't know where they work, but there was people working where we had training and stuff. Been to Singapore, South Korea. Spent a good bit of time in South Korea. Actually liked it in South Korea. Singapore wasn't bad, but it was very expensive for everything we did, everything we bought in South Korea. I mean, Singapore was extremely expensive. Like, we're talking $100 to eat a meal, a decent meal. South Korea, very reasonable price food, very good food, friendly people, love the Americans. Like, they'll look out for you, help you any kind of way they can. Very nice people in South Korea. It was one of my favorite places to go. Norway was similar. It wasn't bad, but Norway was a little more expensive. Almost as expensive as Singapore. So, yep, that's the countries I've been in. Is that all of them? Where else did I go?
I don't know. I'm like Glenn. Glenn said I've been to South Louisiana several times and no one speaks English there either.
All my South Louisiana people are going to jump on here on that one, Glenn.
It's okay, Mr. Bill. I'm used to it.
They do got a little Cajun, mixed French, like all kinds of different accent down there. So I kind of know what they're saying. Like I can get them. But y'all are right. Greg says Keith and Tara fish a lot of the area. Yeah, Mmr. Greg,
Used to
we'll
fish
we'll
trying
be
to
in
get back to my favorite pastime while
we'll be in some of those same areas. Some of them, not all of them. Some of those areas they fish I had never been in.
redneckies.
Redneckies, yeah, that works too. That works too.
That's
That's
what
probably
he speaks.
probably what we speak. Danielle's actually French, but you can't. That's why she's so mean. But she don't got no accent at all for French.
The coffee's thick as molasses down there. Oh, no,
Yeah,
still want to try that coffee place.
they gotta have their coffee down there.
I love
Adam, I'll tell this little story before we get off. Like, Adam had to have some coffee when we went down this last trip, and he stopped somewhere and got some granulated coffee, like to make some coffee. I think it was a dollar store, and I don't even remember what brand it was. But it was down there in South Louisiana, and like he made that stuff, and I walked in the camper. I don't know if I've ever smelled any coffee that strong. That was the strongest coffee I've ever smelled. Adam was like, "Man, this stuff is stout." I mean, he's a coffee guy now. Like he's like, "This stuff is so stout." Like he said, "I can't even hardly drink it." And it was thick. It was like you was drinking the grains. Well, look.
Blessed Prepper said I speak English, but I speak it very slowly, but it sounds normal in my head.
That's kind of what I say. I know what I mean, people say, "Well, you didn't say that." Well, I know what I meant to say. Like, I followed, I
Hear
got
English up bad.
All right, girl, let's get off. I want to get some sleep tonight. All right, so that's going to be it for this one.
No more questions.
No more, yeah. Y'all can ask them, but put them in the comment section. Crunchy Cracker says, can't even drink black coffee. Yeah, too young. It'll get different when you get older and you can't wake up in the mornings.
I have to have my 3 cups every morning.
Thank you for your service. Who's he talking about? What I miss?
I think because you talked about all the different places.
Oh, no, Mr. Greg, I did not go. I was not military. Sorry if I misled somebody. I was in the oil field. I was an electrician in the oil field. Worked for Diamond Offshore for 5 years. Till the oil field crashed. Yeah, some of them politicians don't like the oil field. And they crashed it, and a bunch of us lost jobs. About 60% of oil field lost their jobs. So when you wonder why gas prices are as high as they are, that's why. What? Yeah, I know. Good night, everyone. All right. We're going to get off of here. She's laughing at me, y'all. Anyways, we're going to get off. People are getting off, so we're going to get off. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Hit that thumbs up button before y'all leave if you hadn't already. Stay safe, Mr. Bill. Night, Crunchy Cracker. Yep.
Until the next one.
Until the next one. God's Country Hunting and Fishing. Just out here keeping it real.
Really real.
Bye bye.
Laters.